people can consume. Bacterial infections can cause gastrointestinal illness and in some cases may lead to serious complications. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is hinting at wider military action in devastated Gaza, even as some forming army and intelligence chiefs call for an end to the war. The new pressure on Netanyahu comes as the Hamas-led Gaza Health Ministry on Tuesday said the war's Palestinian death toll has surpassed 61,000. Previous leaders of Israel's Shin Bet Internal Security Service, Mossad spy agency, and the military are among those speaking out. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 62 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
I'm an artist and I'm in my studio. I listen to the radio all day and I'm hearing ads about Relief Factor. And I've got pain in my neck and it's getting worse. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and order this. 2 weeks later, I've got much better range of motion. If you're experiencing pain,
damaged after a baptism party in East Bakersfield turned violent. Members of Los de la Procedencia were performing at a home near Oregon and Robinson Street when a fight broke out just after midnight. Victims were struck with chairs and other objects. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Or did I do this one? One of us is not an artist.
Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I have the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I'm your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Also streaming live on YouTube. That's right. Just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio, and you can watch us in all of our glory as I wipe the gunk out of my eyes. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just search up Kern Radio. I am also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We have a great show for you lined up today. We'll talk about my trip through downtown last night. Is it safe to walk through downtown at night? I'll tell you what me and the tall, gorgeous blonde that I was with experienced. Plus, the city of Mcfarland wants to impose, or wants the citizens of Mcfarland to impose a 1% tax on themselves. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah. I'll share my thoughts with the folks of Mcfarland on what they should do. Is Lyft and Uber using IA to determine the rate of your ride? Are they price gouging? We will tell you how, why, and what a certain lawmaker might want to do about that. Plus the latest with redistricting in Texas and California. And has any Democrat got arrested yet? I know a bunch of them fled to 3 different states. I was just curious if any of them have. They put a warrant out for the Democrats of Texas.
Did you mean to say AI?
AI, what'd I say? IA, AI, same difference.
Intelligent aliens?
Intelligent aliens. Plus, what else? Trump's getting in a fight with another Texas congressional person. Not sure if she's related to Davy Crockett, but the president also had the same question. Plus, your text messages, phone calls are always welcome. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can also send me an email. If you're driving, do not text and drive. Just send an email when you get to a safe place, jr@kernradio.com. Give you the latest on what we know of the sad story of Genesis Mata, the 8-year-old that was left for dead in a local hotel bathtub allegedly by her father and stepmother. This happened at the La Quinta over off of Buck Owens, which I told you yesterday shouldn't even be in existence. This place is well known to be run by basically pimps and drug dealers. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some tie to a mafia somewhere or a syndicate or something. There's constant prostitution and drugs going on at this hotel. If a radio host in Bakersfield knows that, I would assume that the BPD, the Kern County Sheriff's, the District Attorney's Office, the FBI, the DEA should all know. She was set to start 2nd grade at Pauley Elementary next week. After a long night of investigation, serving multiple search warrants and talking to witnesses at the motel. Again, her father, 31-year-old Ray Mata, and 27-year-old Gracilia Bustamante, her stepmother, were arrested for murder. Not only first-degree murder, but torture, conspiracy, and failure to provide for 9 total felonies. Mr. Mata has a history of drug and gun convictions. Why he even had custody of his daughter to begin with, I question. He was also ordered to pay child support in a case filed back in August of 2022. He was ordered to pay $512 to Gracilia Bustamante, the person he was with. How that works, I have no idea. Apparently, they share another child together. What's also scary about this, police said 7 other children were taken into protective custody from both Mata and Bustamante. So not only were they in custody of young Genesis Mata, but they had 7 other kids with them. How somebody with a history of drug and gun convictions can get custody of their child? Where is the mother? So many questions and just a heartbreaking tragedy. I talked about it yesterday, how difficult this story has been for me. I have an 8-year-old daughter. And after getting to experience the weekend that I got to spend with her, going to Fresno, going to a worship concert, seeing the excitement on her face, just us being first in line, I can't imagine. But in fact, I can't even imagine the hell that this young girl was put through over the weekend. I mean, we're talking about torture, mayhem to an 8-year-old. I was watching the news yesterday. It even had, I'm not sure what detective or spokesperson it was for the BPD, but he was choking up. This is probably one of the most horrendous crimes to come about in this city. I can't even. It's tough. And so to know that these people had 7, they left this girl dead in a bathtub. Somebody, a third party, called authorities that apparently they must have said something to somebody. But how you leave, I can't fathom. I can't think about it. It breaks me down every time I start to read the story. It crushes my soul. And I just have to stop and pray. Because then I get angry and I start to wish bad things upon the people that allegedly did this to this young girl. And I know that's not the way that I am supposed to respond. But this one hurts. This one's tough. We'll take a quick break. Come back on the other side. Change topics just a little bit. Don't want to keep you guys thinking about the horrible thing that happened over the weekend. I'll talk about my trip downtown last night. Went to Jerry's Pizza and did a little paint night with the lady I fancy. If you're on the YouTube, I'm showing you my artwork. We painted these things last night. I'm not going to show you who did what, but I want you guys to figure out which one I did and which one she did. She is the artist. I am not. But afterwards, we came out of Jerry's Pizza and took a little stroll through downtown. We'll tell you what I encountered. Plus, Mcfarland wants their citizens to tax themselves. I'll give them a bit of advice as they decide whether or not to give the city more of their hard-earned money. Plus redistricting in Texas. Looking at jail cells to see if any Democrats have been arrested as they have fled the state. The governor has ordered arrest warrants. Them to come back. Man, I wish the Democrats would leave California. No, we won't serve arrest warrants. Boy, we'll gladly let them leave. What's Randy yelling? Randy, what are you yelling at down the hall? Trying to do a show here. Boy, don't even need a microphone. Goodness gracious. So it's a competition. Who's the loudest in the building? Randy or Coscabel and China's laugh? Randy, you can hear. Randy is pulling up on California and Easton, and I can hear him yelling already. Goodness gracious. Plus, I got tickets to give away. I'm going to do a you pick 'em today. How about that? You pick 'em. I've got Crossroads of the West Gun Show tickets to give away. And I got Brunch Fest tickets to give away. Win them before you can buy them. That's right. Brunch Fest coming up October 11th out at the Kern County Fairgrounds. Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. Not tomorrow, but next Wednesday. But we have a chance for you to win them before you can buy them right here on the radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, we got John Cox from the Californian who will administer the news quiz. I will get an A or better. I can virtually guarantee you that because guess what? I get to keep score for myself. And we'll back all that up with news and traffic and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. Right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
So who do you guys think?
NKST Health is proud to partner with
which
Kern
one did I
Radio,
do?
now known as NKST Health.
Close.
The North Kern South Tulare Healthcare District, created in 1966 to improve healthcare access for the
So we
residents of Delano, Wasco, McFarland,
This one.
Early Mark, and surrounding cities.
have
Our GNC
this
Family Clinic in Delano is now accepting new patients and
Which
open
one did I
early
do?
and late. Call the GNC Family
And which
Clinic.
one did
Schedule
the
an appointment
lady do?
today at 661-725-1010. We
In
offer
fact, I'll
free
give a
athletic
pair of
physicals to
tickets away
youth
to
and high
somebody
school
on YouTube.
athletes from all area schools
can
year
guess
round. Our services also include family practice, pediatrics, and women's care, including OB services. We accept Medi-Cal and most major insurances, and we are now taking new patients,
Remember, one
walk-ins,
of us
and
is an
same-day
artist.
appointments. GNC
Professional
Family Clinic has
masters.
bilingual female and male
We have
providers and
only
have been
painted on
serving
trains
the
a few
community
times.
for more than
What?
12 years. Call
Oh no, Dad, I spilled juice on the carpet.
I spilled juice on the
How
carpet.
long has this been their jingle? Out of
Oh,
curiosity.
forever.
That's what I was saying. I think it's been since I've been a kid.
It works though.
Oh no, 100%.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
catchy.
Don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's like the general.
Man, I think I can write jingles.
3249 or no, what is it? 3242900.
It's catchy. You just got to be catchy.
The General's got the best ones. I don't care who it is.
Plus, 3.5 blocks west of 99 on Rosedale Highway.
Carpet Outlet Plus. Everyday sale day.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the
show. Current Radio. KernRadio.com, streaming live on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, search up Kern Radio. We're streaming live right now. Plus, you can go back and watch past episodes. If you miss a show, they're all right there. And all of their glory, just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? Let's clear the text messages if we have any before I move on to my evening stroll through downtown last night. What do you got, sir?
JR,
Yes.
I cried like a baby when I saw the picture of her hair bangs were all cut off. I wonder if they cut her hair like that, her mom or her dad. I adopted a little boy that his mother and father were drug addicts, and they let him go to the hospital and bring him home. But then she got to keep him for a while till she ended up going to jail 2 or 3 times. And finally, I adopted him just to get him out of that system.
Yeah, it's tough because I'm trying to figure out who failed this little girl. Obviously, her father would be the first person that failed this little girl. Then I would look. I've asked, where's mom? Where? I have not heard a single thing about where mom. When we heard, remember the young boy that died in the car that his mom left him to go get lip injections. His dad locked up. So where's mom in this situation? Dad obviously has multiple convictions, whether it's drug or guns. So at what point, who do you look at? The courts? Who wasn't protecting this child? And it's hard because, yes, I am all about parents' rights. But at the same time, we have to protect these kids. The biggest responsibility that you can take on is raising a child, and we just let anybody do it. And so, yes, this story, absolutely, every time I read about it, think about it, hear about it, it rocks me to my core. Just because it's an 8-year-old daughter, and I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I could never imagine. Hell, I don't even spank her. Like I don't think I've ever even had to spank her, much less even think about what this little girl endured at the hands, allegedly, of her father and stepmother, who were in custody at the time of their arrest of 7 other children. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'll ask the questions, but I unfortunately, I don't know the answer. Is that all we have for text messages, sir?
At the moment, yes.
Went downtown last night, had a little paint night at Jerry's Pizza. I got tricked into celebrating Halloween in August.
Spooky season.
It's Chris.
Yes.
Don't egg her on, please.
I'm not egging her on. This is me.
I know. And that's what I told her when she said, I like how Chris is like spooky season. And I said, yeah, spooky season, da. Yes, it's October is now officially spelled A-U-G-tober. Ogtober. See,
there you go.
I'm in the season, Chris. I got it last night during paint night. Trust me. And for those of you on YouTube, you can see my artwork. And I'm asking on YouTube. I know we're going to give away tickets on air, but this is strictly for the YouTube folks. I'm sorry. If you can see my pictures, I want you to guess which one is mine and which one is hers, and then I'll let you pick what kind of ticket you want today. That's exclusive to the YouTube, though. See, it pays to be watching. If you're not, you should be. Just go and subscribe and follow and hit the notifications. But after paint night, we decided we had a little bit of time on our hands, and so we took a little stroll through downtown. Because what could happen at 8:30 at night walking through downtown Bakersfield, you say? Well, every single street we walked down, whether it was Chester, 18th, 19th, 20th, back up that way, around that, there was a homeless person sleeping every 15, 20 feet. And I'm like, I thought, wait a second. You're telling me they're charging $1,900 to rent a loft over at the Q, and these are your neighbors? And the saddest one for me was the old lady, probably about 60, sleeping in a doorway on the sidewalk. And as we passed, she looked up at us and said, "You two have a nice evening." And that one hit me. I wanted to pick that little old lady up off the street. But it made me ask, why doesn't she have a bed? Why is there somebody at Brundage Lane Navigation Center taking up a bed that this lady could be in? Some punk 20-year-old that doesn't really want the help, just wants to go in every once in a while, is taking up a bed that this 60-year-old could have. Why doesn't she have a voucher for a hotel, but the drug addict does? That one broke my heart. And I could only assume he was drugged out or something mentally wasn't on upstairs, because this dude was just roaming, talking at the sidewalk. And he probably just circled around us a few times while we stood by our cars. And I swear, every single street I walked down had another homeless person or an abandoned building, which made me go, are we doing enough down here to protect these buildings from catching on fire? Because it's only a matter of time. Rite Aid is about to close down there. How long till the homeless take over the Rite Aid? It wasn't the picturesque romantic stroll through downtown. I guess you can say I hoped it would be. But that's what you pay for when you're, $1,800 studio over at the Q. Got to get to a break. More on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A U.S. Coast Guard report reveals that the Titan submersible disaster was due to preventable safety failures and deliberate oversight avoidance. The implosion killed all 5 aboard as they descended to the Titanic wreck, including the CEO of OceanGate, Stockton Rush, who died in the implosion. Released Tuesday, the report highlights ignored safety warnings and inadequate design and maintenance. A Texas appeals court this week denied Attorney General Ken Paxton's office's request to question a nun who leads Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley, one of the state's largest migrant aid organizations. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 62 points. The NASDAQ dropped 137.
Check.
More details at srnnews.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Bill Robbins, Bakersfield police on the lookout for a missing 2-year-old girl. They say that Kiara Hernandez was abducted by her mother, 32-year-old Karen Hernandez. They were last seen a little after 2 o'clock Monday afternoon in the 600 block of 24th Street. Kiara is about 2 feet tall with a light complexion. Anyone who sees them is asked to call 911. Highway 166 has been closed since the weekend due to the Gifford fire. That fire has burned over 65,000 acres. According to CAL FIRE, fire crews from multiple agencies were brought in and evacuation orders have gone out. There are 40 engines, 13 dozers, 12 hand crews, and 5 water tenders on site. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
So Kamala Harris stumbles haphazardly into the smartest decision she's ever made. She is not running for governor, and she certainly now can't run for president in 28 because she can't outdo Newsom. The Democratic Party is changing, and it's turning to the left, and she's been left out.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Charlie Kirk Show, weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can also watch us streaming live on YouTube. Just search us on YouTube. Kern Radio right there. You can subscribe and push the notification bell every time we go live at 2:05. You'll know. And you can watch us right there. I'm actually doing a contest strictly for the folks on YouTube. So if you're not watching, you should be, or you should at least tell your mom and your grandma and your cousins about it so everybody can have an opportunity to participate. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. The city of Mcfarland wants to, they want to ask the residents, at least of Mcfarland, to impose a 1% sales tax on themselves. This kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? They want the input from the residents on the suggested city sales tax measure, which will be voted upon during a special municipal election in November. The city asked the Board of Supervisors to consolidate a new special election with the one already scheduled. If it's approved on Tuesday, which is today, the city can submit a ballot measure to the voters so they consider an ordinance that would establish a 1% general sales tax. According to the stop me when this sounds familiar. According to the city of McFarland's website, voters will consider the McFarland Essential City Services and Public Safety Measure. The measure proposes a 1% local sales tax to support city services. Now, for most of us in the city of Bakersfield and those of us in the outlying county areas, we know about Measure K and Measure N, and how we were basically, how do you say politely, bamboozled, lied to, 3-card Molly, any one of those will do. My advice to the residents of Mcfarland when deciding whether to impose a 1% sales tax upon themselves, just know exactly where the money is going. Now, because just like Measure N, it would also require a citizens oversight committee. Just ask Kathy Abernathy how that goes. She sits on the Measure N oversight committee. Independent audits. Yeah, well, ask the city of Bakersfield when was the last time they had an audit of Measure N money. And locally controlled funds. The measure, if approved, is expected to generate about $1 million each year. The McFarland City Council can use tax for general reasons. If the measure is approved by at least 4 of the 5 council members and the tax is approved by a majority vote during the election. Again, folks of McFarland, just be wary. If you're going to do this, do it with the tightest of restrictions on what the money can be used, because I'm speaking from a place of just about every citizen in Bakersfield that sees their Measure N tax dollars wasted constantly in this city by people that think they've actually accomplished things, and I don't know, can maybe one day grow up and be an assemblyman. I still wonder what he's going to run on exactly. What have you accomplished? Let's see. According to my stroll through downtown last night, the homeless situation down there doesn't seem to be getting better. There's more burned down buildings and buildings that have plywood on their windows. Hell, the Woolworths building had to put the fencing back up because as soon as they took down the plywood, the cover, the safe cover on the windows, what happens? Once gets broken. So he'll say that, the numbers show that we've moved people from unsheltered to sheltered. I'm successful. How's that budget balancing? Speaking of Measure N money and warning the folks of McFarland, they're using our Measure N money to balance their budget because they were only short by a couple million. But those same people that told you it would be for other things now will tell you, well, technically it's, part of the general fund and we can use it really for whatever we need to, as long as it falls under one of these broad, very, very broad 13 bullet points that we've clearly lined out for you to see. So folks of McFarland, just be wary when you're handing over 1% more to elected officials. Now it says they can always put an end to it once they start it, but we all know how that goes. I guess if we wanted to start a petition and put an end to Measure N, we could. making the city leaders actually have to clamp down on some of that excess spending. So good luck, I say, to the fine folks out in the Mcfarland area with your sales tax there. I was reading an opinion piece out of the Californian. I don't pay for a subscription. It's kind of pricey for a paper that gets delivered via mail in the evening, but it started off like this. I would like Bakersfield City Code Enforcement to take action against the property owners of the burned out building at Mount Vernon Avenue and Highway 178 next to Urban Cafe. Also, the old Chase Bank building between Taco Bell and Denny's, the old furniture store on Chester Avenue and 24th Street, the former Constitutional School at Auburn and Columbus Streets, and then maybe, you see where it's going, right? What are we doing to protect abandoned buildings in this city? They also mentioned the former East Hills Mall property, which I believe they mentioned at the state of the city, how after years and years and years and years, and finally a pile of rubble, and then years and then years, we're being told that finally we will get that, what are they calling it, city lights at the East Hills Mall. Finally, that may come to fruition. I wouldn't hold my breath there. But the opinion piece does ask a very great question. What are we doing with these buildings? Why isn't code enforcement going after owners? It's almost like there's certain people that would rather see them burn so that the city could take ownership of those and turn them and flip them into something for their friends. Just my opinion anyways. What do I know? I'm just a little old wannabe radio host in the city of Bakersfield. I'll never grow up to be an assemblyman, 661-842. 5376 661-842 KERN. Do you have anything on the text board while I turn around to check the chat box in the YouTube, sir?
I do. I got a handful.
What do you got?
Take away the cell phones. The quote unquote homeless game changes.
Take away the cell phones? I guess the homeless have cell phones. I mean, yeah, they do. I've witnessed a couple walking around with cell phones. Yeah. But I don't know if that changes the game. It just means that they'll steal somebody else's, probably. 661-842 KERN. What else?
We were in Santa Barbara over the weekend, and we noticed that there were no homeless people on the streets, and we started to really look for them, but nope, didn't see one.
I was in San Clemente, 3 weeks ago? I maybe saw one, and he probably wasn't even homeless. I just assumed he was because he kind of looked a little disheveled, but he probably wasn't even homeless. He was probably going for more of the bohemian style or something. But yeah. And somebody had told me to read the Be Tough article on Facebook. I believe it was yesterday, they said, and I peered into it, and somebody else mentioned it again in the chat box of the YouTube. But they on there he's talking about shipping homeless people out, how they bus people out of those destinations. And how come the city of Bakersfield doesn't do that? And we do, or at least my understanding, we do have a similar program. How much of it is actually used or taken advantage of, I'm not sure. But I believe we have a similar return to home situation Whether or not we actually use it, who knows? What else you have?
That's all we got.
All right, somebody in the chat. No, how come everybody? Oh, that person might be right. In the chat, we're running a contest on which piece of art I painted last night compared to the ladies, because she's an actual artist with a degree, and me, I've just painted on maybe a train or a block wall every once in a while in my youth. But we'll give away a pair of tickets on YouTube. But speaking of giving away a pair of tickets, let's give away a pair right now, Chris. Let's be kind to somebody that's listening out there. We have a pair of tickets to the Crossroads of the Wrong, start over. Crossroads of the West Gun Show taking place next weekend out at the Kern County Fairgrounds. We got a pair of tickets for that. Or also happening at the Kern County Fairgrounds, Brunch Fest, taking place October 11th. Those tickets will go on sale a week from tomorrow, August 13th. But I have an opportunity for you to win them before you can buy them. For more info about Brunch Fest, go to BakersfieldBrunchFest.com. Chris, caller number what?
4.
Caller number 4. You get to pick the one that you want. It's all there, yours for the taking. 661-842-KERN. But you have to call. Don't text. Don't drop a line in the chat in the YouTube. You have to call. We're going to go to break. We'll get a winner. Let you know. I'll pick somebody in the YouTube chat box to be a winner as well. We'll get you guys hooked up in all of the different ways that we can reach you, because we're everywhere. On air, online, on demand. Watch past episodes right there on YouTube. Got to take a quick break. Take some more of your comments on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Wednesday edition, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton Show. We will break down the absolute latest in the ongoing battle over confirmations. Also, what in the world is happening in Texas and how are Democrats
Okay. I see you guys trying to take guesses. Can you hear me? Usually with the bus, the homeless help programs, they have to have a family member. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Or they have to show proof that I believe that's where they were from.
Right next to Casey's Steakhouse on 2525 F Street. Matter of fact, it's by the people that brought you.
All right, one more time. One more time, and then I'm going to pick a winner. Where did I put him at?
Knock on the door, push the button, ask you for the password, tell them why not JR. Now, when you walk in, you're going to feel like you entered through a time machine. You really have to see it to believe it. One of the coolest features, the hidden door behind the bookshelf. This place is full of cool things to check out. Not only that, cozy up to the bar, get yourself one of those handcrafted cocktails. Oh, my favorite.
Sorry, guys. So which one? Last chance. Which one did I paint, you guys? Which one did I paint?
They have you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, right next to
You guys take a guess in the chat box there on YouTube, and one of you will win either a pair of tickets to Brunch Fest or Crossroads of the West Gun Show. But you have to guess which one I painted.
Home alarm systems, wheelchairs, and so much more. If it takes a battery, A1 Battery has it. With multiple locations to serve you. Enjoy free diagnostics on batteries.
October 11th. Brunch Fest is October 11th. Tickets will go on sale next Wednesday. For more info, go to BakersfieldBrunchFest.com. Cotton-eyed bro. I like your name, Cotton-eyed. You're not local. Where are you from, Cotton-eyed?
For the location nearest you, or visit online at a1batterycompany.com. A1 Battery, powering your world, one battery at a time.
Portland. Wow. So you listen online, you listen on the app. I mean, obviously now you watch on YouTube, but are you from Bakersfield? Did you... The one on the right. No, you have to say either Jack or Sally. I don't know my right from left. And then you guys see, and I go like this. And which one's my right? Which one's my left? No, I'm just talking to people in the chat.
I was like,
I'm just chatting with
hi,
people.
Terry. I know, he told me already.
Really? Teresa Goldner in the building. Teresa Goldner in the building, and she's dressed like it's Halloween. Teresa, really? Really?
Now, back to the JR Show.
Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. All memories, they can be.
This is back when I actually used to like Gwen Stefani. Know what happened to her. Welcome back to the JR Show. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out on kernradio.com. You can also watch us on YouTube now. Just search Kern Radio. Facebook, Instagram, X, Kern Radio. I'm also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? Did we get a winner, Christopher, for the tickets? Who do you got? Who took and what did they pick?
We did. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
No, you're good.
Name again. I forgot. Travell.
Travell, congratulations. What did he pick?
He chose the gun show tickets.
Ooh, I like that. That means we still have an extra pair of Brunch Fest tickets to give away. Maybe I'll do that if you hold tight, and you can possibly win a pair of Brunch Fest tickets still by the time the show is over. Do we have any text messages there on the text board before I talk about Lyft and Uber using AI to price gouge you?
I got one here.
What do you got?
This is a multi-pointed question.
Oh, I love bullet points.
We got 3 different points here.
I will go ahead and comment on each one individually.
Okay, so hi, I'm a young conservative in Bakersfield.
Hello.
And new to the politics.
Okay.
I have 3 concerns and would love to hear your take.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the first one.
Okay.
It's hard to organize conservative groups locally and on campus. I don't know. I disagree on that one. As someone who went to CSUB not too long ago, it seemed like it was pretty simple to me.
Yeah, but there's people that are gonna probably get upset with me, but you guys know me, I don't care. There's factions, and it happens on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. So I'm not picking on one, but there's factions. And if you really want me to break them down to you, I can, especially when you get into races like Democrat versus Democrat and Leticia Perez versus Jasmine Baines, and you can see the line of who supports who, and wait, aren't the Democrats to stick together? And the same things happen on the Republican side. Heck, I was having a conversation with and they said, hey, JR, didn't you tease something about somebody running for Smith? I said, I actually did. I'm not going to tell you who because they haven't made that announcement yet, but yes, I did hear that. And both being very conservative said one about the other, yeah, I don't like that person. Kind of drew me back a little bit. So it's hard to get everybody pulling on the same side. Yes. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, because again, in this town, at least there's different factions of what side of that party do you actually fit in with?
You know what's funny? This city really does engulf the entire saying of you As a kid, you're a Democrat, but when you're older, you become a Republican.
I grew up probably. I could probably say I was a lot more liberal when I was younger. I think
consider-
that's tendency for all young people though, because we're young and dumb and we don't know any better yet, and we actually haven't entered into the real world and gotten experience and known what it's like to actually hold a job and have to pay bills, and the government takes all this stuff from you and makes it harder for you to actually own something or run a business or do all those things. So you kind of shift as you get older, you mature, your ideas and your thoughts become more mature as you do, and hopefully anyways. I think there's still parts of me, at least the lady called me immature the other day and kind of took offense to that, but maybe that makes me anyways. What was their other bullet point?
The second one says the CSUB Center for Black Student Success seems to push progressive ideals. That I can't speak for.
Well, every college campus, especially those in the state of California, are going to push liberal ideals. I mean, I got it. I'll just say, and I don't know if he still is the head of the political science department. I won't name him, Mark Martinez. But he blocked me on Facebook because he couldn't even handle me criticizing him being so one-sided in all of his. I'm like, dude, you're a political science teacher. You should not, if anything, you're the person that I would look for to be like down the middle.
That's fair.
But he is woo. But I can't. I've criticized him one too many times, and he blocked me. So you're at CSUB. Good luck. That's all I'll say. But don't give up. That doesn't mean don't stop trying to organize whatever it is your thoughts are, and get like-minded people, and even people that don't think like you. I think everybody should join together and have conversation now. We don't do that anymore. Instead, we flee the state and throw off quorum so we can't even vote on things or have discussions. Then there's arrest warrants, and I just want to get back to people talking and finding things that we do agree on and then growing from there. But not in this age anymore. Was there another bullet point they had?
Yeah, there's one last here.
What's
It says,
that?
I'm sure how to start building political foundations locally. Any advice?
How to start building political foundations locally? Is that what the question is?
That is what they said, yeah.
Get out. Be a part of the community. Get out and meet as many people as you can. Network. Show up to mixers. There are plenty of opportunities in this town to get involved. Plenty. I know it seems a little hard to find them, but there are plenty of opportunities. Shoot me an email, whoever you are. You said you're young and new to the politics scene. Shoot me an email, jr@kernradio.com. We can get in contact with each other and maybe have a conversation. I'll let you buy me lunch. Anything else before I get out of the way for Miss Teresa Goldner filling in for the Ralph Bailey Show? That is it. For those of you on YouTube, if you've tried to guess which one that I painted and which one the professional artist with a master's degree painted, I painted the Jack. Yes, I will pick a winner, I promise, in the chat box. But stay tuned. It is Teresa Goldner, former magistrate judge and one-time counsel to the county, filling in for Ralph Bailey today. She's got guests lined up. I know because they're already here. Stay tuned to find out who they are. Come back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. I love it when you call me Big Papa. I did paint Jack.
This is AM
Who was it? Rose Castillo. You said it first, Rose.
Bakersfield, online at KERNradio.com.
Rose, send me your information, Rose. Or text it in to 661-842-5376.
At Israel's request, the
You can
UN
also
Security
call
Council will hold an
Rose
emergency meeting
Castillo.
to discuss the hostages
You
being
are
held.
the winner in YouTube. All right, you guys. Be nice to Teresa. I got to get out of here.